Hi there, this is Miss Carrie, a speech therapist at ABC Pediatric Therapy's Western Hills location, and today I wanted to talk to you about 10 different ways you can use a single item that you most likely have in your house to help in developing your child's speech language skills, gross motor skills, and fine motor skills. So the object that we're going to be using today is pillows. How fun! The first thing we can do with pillows is stack them. Stacking pillows actually allows us to give our child different vocabulary, such as up and on top, under, behind. Those are all good ways that you can incorporate some speech and language skills with just stacking pillows. The second thing that we can use pillows for is we can use it as a sensory tool. Now, as a sensory tool, what we would use it as is called a wiggle seat. So you stick the pillow under your child and let them sit down, and they might be able to move a little bit and get a little of that extra sensory input that allows them to regulate so that they can maintain focus and attention on what you're trying to do. The third thing that you can use pillows as is an obstacle course. You can use it for bouncing and you can use it for hopping. So this is really good for those gross motor and sensory areas because your child has to work on spatial and body awareness when they're hopping and balancing. And of course, it helps with the gross motor skills and it's really, really fun. The fourth thing that you can do with a pillow is you can work on tracing a design in it. So what I could do is I could use my finger to trace the circle, or if I'm working on handwriting skills, I could take a Q-tip and work on my finger grasp and then go around the design. Now, if you have pillows with different designs, this can be really fun too. So I have another pillow here. So I could go down and up while trying to stay on the lines. The fifth thing you can do is you can play peekaboo. This is really good for your younger kids. And I'll get to a couple games that you can play with older kids too in just a minute. But peekaboo is really good for younger kids. It's fun, it's engaging, and you can do it over and over and over, and it's still hilarious to them. The sixth thing you can do with pillows is counting. You can count how many pillows you have if you've stacked them or if you've put them in a row before you go across your obstacle course, or you can count as you hop across them. So this is good for understanding and using language, doing basic math skills, which all kids will have to learn eventually. So the seventh thing that is good for pillows is sorting. You can sort by size, so stack them or sort them from the smallest to the biggest. You can sort them by color. So you could sort all the ones that have blue on them or all of the ones that have animals on them. You could also sort by shape. So you can sort by a square pillow or a circle pillow. Lots of fun things, huh? All right, so now we're on to number 8, which is where our older kids can have some fun with the games too if they're too old for peekaboo. 2 games that you can play with older kids is Duck, Duck, Goose, which is really fun for incorporating the whole family too. And it teaches them appropriate skills for playing games, following directions, and is just really fun. And the other game that you can play is The Floor is Lava. So you have your pillows on the floor and your child has to jump or hop or skip to the next pillow and not touch the floor. Again, it's just good for working on social skills, playing games, following the rules, gets them moving, and is just a really fun game to play. The 9th thing that you can do with pillows is you can put your pillows in a laundry basket or some sort of box or container, and then have your child push and pull the box around in a room. This is good for sensory skills. So it gives them a little bit of extra weight, gives them a little bit of extra input then, and you can have an obstacle course with it and just give them that little bit of extra input that their body might be needing. And it's okay if their bodies needs it. Every child is different, and we want to be able to incorporate fun games for every single child. Maybe your child tells you how many pillows to put in the basket, and then they get to run around with it. Really make it your own. And last but not least, our number 10 thing that we can do with a pillow is we can make a pillow and blanket fort. This is probably one of my favorites. So making a pillow or blanket fort is really good for sensory. It gives kiddos a little bit more of a darker, calmer atmosphere, which we know can help calm and regulate the sensory system. You can also work on directions and body awareness with a pillow and blanket fort, because you can have your child go through the fort in a certain way, and they have to be very mindful of where their body is so that the fort doesn't fall apart. And the last thing with making a pillow and blanket fort is you get to use some imaginary play. Something really fun you can do in a pillow or blanket fort is you can go camping, and tell stories. You can, eat some s'mores if you really like s'mores. You could also play Cave Explorer and put some objects within your pillow or blanket fort for your child to find. And that way it gives them a little bit more engagement, and you can talk about all the different things that your child has found. So I hope this video was informative for you, and I can't wait to see you guys the next time.